Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hey, I'm not going to say what day it is, because if I end up not posting this video on that day, then that's not going to be good. So we'll just say happy day. Good day to you, top of the morning, afternoon, evening, whatever the case is, wherever you are in the world. That small map dot. Okay. I am outside exercising my dogs. It just started raining. And again, if you hear panting in the background, this is not porn. You have not stumbled upon porn. Nothing gross. It is my dog getting his exercise. Well, my dogs, plural, getting their exercise. So speaking of dogs, I've always been a huge supporter of adopting animals from the Humane Society. I'm like Bob Barker, have your pet spay and neutered. Big proponent of that. You really need to. It's important. And big supporter of the ASPCA. And just I started asking questions about fostering dogs, because it's getting to the point now where I can't afford to have any more dogs. And I always said I would not have dogs when I cannot afford to properly take care of them, when I can't afford their vet bills, or to give them decent dog food. I'm not saying it has to be top of the line stuff, but I don't want it to be things that are really bad for them, really, really cheap stuff, only because, again, I have nothing wrong at all with anyone that feeds them whatever they can afford at all. I'm just saying the stuff that's really, really cheap, it's actually better for you to figure out how to cut costs another way and come up with at least a little bit more money to come up with a little bit better dog food, because in the long run, you'll be saving money. You'll be saving money in vet bills. You'll be saving money because their health will be better. Therefore, you won't have to take them to the vet. My dog right now, though, is acting weird, and she's almost 13, and it's freaking me out because she's going to the vet tomorrow, and I'm just concerned. I have another dog who looks like they're getting cataracts or a double eye infection. I don't know what's going on, but that's freaking me out. And my son's dog is getting old. He's got arthritis really bad, and that's sad. I'm doing the very best I can. I'm giving them turmeric. I am giving them carrots and pumpkin seeds. I give them fish oil. And I give them exercise and fresh air and love and attention. I give them mental exercise. They are current on their vaccinations, but there's only so much you can do. And sometimes when you do the very, very best you can, even in humans, sometimes you can exercise and eat all the right things and still die young of a heart attack or some issue. And then sometimes you can do all the wrong things and live to be 100. So having animals, though, is so difficult, because one thing about having animals means eventually you won't have them, because it'll be their time. And that part is just devastating. Absolutely devastating. And I get really sick of people that judge others that go out and get a dog, say a couple of days after their pet passed away. Because people are like, well, that's not enough time to grieve. You must not have loved your dog. You must not care. How fucking dare you? Maybe the thought of their dog or their cat, their pet dying has devastated them so much they want desperately something that they think can fill that void, something they can help make them smile again, something else to love. Just because you get another animal doesn't mean you no longer love the animal that passed. Just like when spouses lose their partner, if they end up remarrying, it doesn't mean that they didn't love their partner. It didn't mean they didn't love their husband or wife. And how dare someone say what the appropriate time to grieve is? Now, granted, if it's a human and your, spouse has passed away and, 2 weeks later you're dating someone else, that's a little suspect, that's interesting. You could take away a lot from that. You can make a lot of assumptions. But, we don't get to say how other people grieve. And with animals, it's just hard. And mine are getting older. And I have a lot of pets, and people think I'm ridiculous because I have all these pets, but I really just want to help pets. I don't want them to be hurt. I don't want them to be cooped up in a humane society. I'm not saying the people at the humane society treat them poorly. Of course they don't. But that's not where dogs need to be. And I get real sick and tired of people getting dogs and not doing their homework on what that breed requires, because then they wind up in a humane society and they wind up needing to be adopted because you neglected to do your homework. Gwenny, come. Gwenny, come. Yes. Good, come, good girl. Good, come, good girl. Yes. Good, come, Gwenny. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. I knew when I was getting healers what it took. I knew what they needed. I know that they need a lot of mental and physical exercise. I won't get a lab. I won't get a husky. There are dog breeds I won't get because they need different types of exercise. They need different type of attention that I don't have the mental capacity for. I don't have the energy for. Labs exhaust me. Just watching them exhausts me. Again, I have nothing against labs, nothing at all. Sweetest dogs, loyal dogs. They want nothing more than to please you and love you, and I think that's amazing. I just don't want to own one. They chew everything. I don't know how their stomachs, I don't know how they don't have a million surgeries. I don't know how they live. Momo, come. Yes, come. Yes, come, Mo, Nori, come. But my point to all this is I was looking at being a foster parent because mine are getting older. They're not going to be around a whole lot longer. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. Come on, Nori. Mo, come. Yes, come. Nori, come. Yes, good come. Yes, good come, good girl. Moe, good come. Sorry, guys. And so, I wanted to look into fostering because you're still helping animals. But now those animals can be living with you, and then therefore you can give whoever's going to adopt them. You can now give them so much more information than if those dogs were in a kennel. Not to mention now the dogs are not in a kennel. They actually get to be around people. They get to be, getting lots of attention from people. And now when someone adopts them, you can tell them if they're good with cats, if they're good with kids, if they're good with other dogs, what their eating habits are like, what their sleeping habits are like, what their extra energy level is like. And that's amazing. But I'm just getting sick and tired of people wanting dogs because they're cute. Cute should be irrelevant. That should be a bonus. It's a bonus. What you need to do is find a dog that fits your particular lifestyle. And you need to be honest about that lifestyle. Not the lifestyle you want to have, not the lifestyle you think you're going to have, not the lifestyle you think you're going to have one day, you hope to have one day, you're striving for one day. No. It's not like those pair of pants that you keep in the closet because one day you're going to lose weight. It's not that kind of situation. It's not a situation where you're holding on to that, that pair of jeans because one day you're going to fit into them. You don't do that with animals. You just don't. You research. You look and see what that breed of dog needs. And if it's a dog that has more than one breed in it, if it's a mixed breed, that's probably amazing because usually mixed breeds have the best of everything, but you still need to look what they're mixed with and see what their energy level is. Like, let's say it's a husky and a lab, then holy shirt balls, hold on to your hats. You better be doing some cocaine or some kind of amphetamines because that's what you're going to need to keep up with the husky and a lab. But if you have that energy, and you better not like your socks because they're probably going to eat them, or not like most of your belongings because they're probably going to chew on them, and you're going to need a fence that's taller than the border fence should be. The fence that we should have at the border, it should be taller than that because I swear to God, huskies levitate somehow. They somehow defy the laws of physics and can get over anything. They would make the perfect Mexican. They'd be able to cross any border. And they run. When they get out, they're like, freedom! I won't let you down. I will not give you up. Okay, so because I would really, really love to stick around. Oh, yeah. Anyway, nostalgia, 80s, all of a sudden popped into my brain like Tourette's. 80s comes up like Tourette's for me. Oh, no, Gwenny, no. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, God, Gwen, no. geez, she just went into a gross, like, pile of water that has, anyway, yeah. Okay, but so with a husky, you've got to have a fence, and you also need where they can't dig. They can't go over and they can't go under. With a lab, they're going to eat everything and have a lot of energy. Every breed has pros and cons. And you need to look at where you live. If you live in the city, if you live in an apartment, if you live in a house, if you're lazy, if you have property, again, what your energy level is. Do you work a lot? Do you stay home? Do you travel? What are these things? Because are you going to need to board your dog a lot? Are you going to need to have someone come over and watch your dog a lot? Do you want to pay for that? Do you want to pay for boarding? Some dogs are prone to, having sinus issues, having hip dysplasia. Do you want to pay for those surgeries? What are you going to do to prevent them from needing those surgeries? Can you? So just please, 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 please do your due diligence and don't adopt an animal because they're cute. That should just be a bonus. Just like you shouldn't adopt a kid because they're cute. What is this? The Miss Universe pageant? Are we all competing for who's cutest? That's crappy. You're going to leave all the uglies? And besides, what's ugly to one person may not be ugly to another. What's cute for another may not be cute to somebody else. I think that Shar-Peis are the ugliest effing dogs on the face of the universe, and some people think they're cute, Hey, more power to the Shar-Pei people. But please, I beg of you, if there's anything you do your research. Do your research in general. That's a good segue to the other thing keeping me up. Research. People like to just make claims and then say, well, so-and-so said it. Oh, I was not aware that there was a rule now in the universe that stated that if someone says something, that now makes it true. Someone claims something and boom, fact. You can now say something and it's fact. You can claim something and it's fact. I don't know where my money is because I can claim that I'm a billionaire. I can say I'm a billionaire and I haven't seen my billions yet. I can claim and say that I'm Queen Elizabeth, but I don't know where my castle is. I don't know where my throne is. I just don't get how we got here. How do we get to a place that we can make up our identities, say that men menstruate, say that men can have babies, claim that women have penises? Where did we get to where screaming at the top of our lungs somehow is a good form of communication and a good way to stand up and get our rights heard? In what world do we make it okay to steal up to $950 worth of merchandise or food and have that just be totally cool? No worries. Walk on out the door, and now the poor owners just have to eat it? In what world did we say, you know what, also, not only can you steal up to $950 worth of merchandise, you can also do amphetamines just out on the streets, just be shooting up heroin too. You can shoot up opiates. You can do opiates. You can do amphetamines. You can drink. You can shit. You can have sex. You can fight, all out on public streets for all of the public to see and witness, for all the public to step in your shit, step on your needles, step over your passed out body. It is okay to litter and loiter. You can just throw your shit and garbage all over the place. But if I do, a tax-paying working citizen, if I shit or piss or camp out, if I loiter, I get in trouble. I get fined or go to jail. I have to have permits to do anything on my property, but you can just pop up a makeshift tent, tarp, wooden structure. In Vancouver, Washington, they have an area that is by the yacht club down by the Columbia River, where these very high-end homes are, where the rich people live. And about a block away from that is this shanty, this homeless shanty, this place where they have just taken a bunch of scrap wood and metal and just things and made it into a little village, a little homeless village where they just start little fires, little campfires, and throw their garbage and shit and pee. They don't have running water. They don't have electricity, but they just poop and pee and start fires and put up whatever they want. Doesn't have to have a permit. You don't have to have an inspector come by and make sure that it's all hunky-dory and built safe. No, hell no. And it's right next to these multi-million-dollar homes. So now their property value, their property that they're paying taxes on, their home that they worked for, that they had to actually get up out of bed and not do drugs, or if they did drugs, they were functioning and doing drugs. They made better choices, and yet they have to get permits. Their property values have to go down. They have to pay taxes. They get in trouble if they don't pick up their garbage. How is that okay? That's just weird. It's so weird how backwards and turned around. It's like America just has their ass in the air saying, here you go, fuck me. Just fuck me repeatedly. Just bend us over. We're just, having our asses exposed for China, for Russia, for whoever wants to just come in through the back door. We're ready. Legs spread, wide open, butt cheeks spread, assuming the position. Where did our balls go? Oh, I know. Hillary is sucking on everybody's balls. She was pissed at Monica Lewinsky for taking her job because she wanted to be the one going around sucking on everyone's balls, pulling all the strings. I think that Obama and Michelle are little tickling everyone's balls. They've got their hand down everybody's pants, giving them a hand job. It's just a big porn for DC right now. Everyone's giving everyone a hand job, a BJ. It's ridiculous. And America is just, we're not even getting an orgasm out of it, We're not even getting to enjoy it. I just don't understand how in 3 years things can be so... George fucking Floyd. I swear to goddamn Christ. I'm sorry. Obviously the cops had their part and obviously they had their responsibility, but there's a lot of sides to that story. And it's not just one-sided. It's not just a George Floyd story. He wasn't this saint of a man with a halo. We all know this now. We've all talked about it. I don't need to talk about it. We all know. And those of you that were moronic enough to be little sheep following those with the George Floyd shirts, are you going to wear a Ted Bundy shirt too? Are you going to wear a Epstein shirt also? Are you going to wear like a shirt with a terrorist on it, with a drug dealer on it, with a sex trafficker on it? How dumb do you have to be to think of George Floyd as a fucking hero? That's who you look up to? Who were in your life that's a hero? How bad of people? What kind of people did you grow up around? Who were you around that George Floyd is someone that you look up to? I feel very, very, very bad for you if George Floyd is an A-list person in your book. You've had a fucked up life, my friend, and I am sorry. That's messed up. That is, I feel for you. But how on earth did things get so bad? God, I'm sorry, my dog is panting really loud. I don't know. I wish that it's a dream. We would all wake up. And I do kind of wish this was a Truman Show. I mean, it'd piss me off if this was just a big, we're all a bunch of lab rats. This has been one big experiment. I mean, obviously I'd be pissed, but at the same time, kind of relieved at this too. I really want to know China and Russia. Like, I'm scared, and I really think that Michelle Obama is going to be our next president. And fuck, man. You know, it really pisses me off too when Democrats do this. They will hear libertarians and Republicans saying, here are the facts, here are the facts, here are the facts. Don't do this or this will happen. Don't do this or this will happen. Here are the facts, here are the facts. And then time will go by and they'll start realizing that they were wrong. They'll start realizing that we were right. They will start realizing, oh shit, everything that the Republican Party said was going to happen has happened. Crap. And instead of just being like, holy crap, we can't do this anymore. Let's do something different. This isn't working. Instead, they'll just all of a sudden act like they came up with this idea and they'll start saying the things that we've been saying all along. Oh, you know what? Having a Black History Month or a gay pride parade is making it where it's not equal. That is actually promoting prejudice and racism. Or, wow, COVID was a big made up joke, a big fuck up by China, or saying that, you know, maybe forcing us to get the COVID shot was wrong. Maybe there was a lot of misinformation regarding COVID, a lot of lies regarding COVID. Maybe there were a lot of lies regarding Hunter's laptop. Maybe Biden really is corrupt. Maybe these things that have been said over and over and over and over for 3 years are actually happening. And then they're going to be like, you know what? I think that Hunter Biden, I think we should look into his laptop. Let's look into Hunter's laptop. Why have we not been looking into Hunter's laptop? Why didn't the Republican Party want us to look into Hunter's laptop? Why didn't the Republican Party, why did they feel that the votes were, that we shouldn't trust how our voting system, we shouldn't trust the voting system. It's wrong. It's inaccurate. Why didn't we trust them about the vaccines? Why didn't we trust them about these things? And all of a sudden they're going to start taking credit. And they're going to go, wow, you know, we had a lot of misinformation. The media really fucked up and the media really did not give us the correct information and the correct facts. Why didn't the Republicans say anything? Why did the Republicans allow all of this misinformation? Why did the Republicans not want Hunter's laptop to be seen? And they'll flip it and they'll gaslight us and they'll act like we haven't been saying this and they'll act like they've been saying it the whole time. And then they'll take credit for it. And then Michelle will come in and she'll start doing all of the things that Trump already did. She will literally implement every single thing that Trump already did before her when the economy and America was tip-top, running fantastically. And then she will implement all the things that Trump did, all the things that the Democrats said no to and took away, all the things that the Democrat were like, no, we're taking that away. We're not doing that anymore. Scratch it, erase it, no. But then they'll pencil it back in again, and they'll take all the credit for it, and then the country will be running great, and then she will be like the first Black woman who made this country amazing. This country was never, ever amazing before. This is the first time in all of America, in all of its history, that it's been amazing. No other president before me has done what Michelle Obama has done. And it'll be like, well, Reagan did. Well, Trump did. So what the hell? That is what's going to happen. I genuinely do not think that Trump has a shot in hell against Michelle Obama. Not a chance. And nobody is going to believe the votes. That's the problem. No matter who wins, no one's going to believe the votes. And then it's going to be like Groundhog's Day, and we're going to be right back to where we fucking were, and everyone's going to be writing because, yet again, Only this time I think the votes will be correct, because I do think a lot of people are just going to vote for Michelle Obama, and I think it will be correct, but there's going to be a lot of people pissed and claiming that it's not, and it's going to be Groundhog's Day all over again, and we're going to go this vicious cycle over and over in a circle, little hamster wheel. Over and over and over like a hamster, around and around we go, you know? When do we get off? When do we get off this roller coaster? When do we slow down and say, oh, I'm not paying for this anymore? We're paying for a ride that we didn't want to be in line for, that we didn't want to get on, that we didn't enjoy. That's not cool. I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is that if I'm going to feel like I got fucked, I want to like it. I want to actually enjoy it. I don't want to feel like I've been bent over, you know? So what do we do about it? What is the solution? Well, we need to start at the bottom. We need to start at city council meetings. We need, myself included, I need to start out at city council meetings. It's very important to start at the bottom, start in your own city, your own county, your own state. Go to the meetings, vote the things. God, there's a gigantic, what the hell is that? Dump truck, cement truck? There are many things you can get involved in, city council meetings and stuff, to be sure that you know what's going on in the city that you live in, and be sure to vote for the people that are supposed to represent you, your state representative, your county representative. You need to make sure you vote for the people that you genuinely think will represent you, will make sure that you're heard, make sure your voice is heard. We need to make sure that we're voting for the president. We can't really complain if we didn't vote. We need to make sure that we're voting, when different measures come out. We just need to be paying attention. And unfortunately, if need be, I hate to say this, but we might have to have an actual insurrection. We might have to storm the government, and we might have to take down the politicians that are currently residing in D.C. May come to that, may come to a civil war. I don't know, but I know we can't just sit around and talk about it. I know there has to be a plan of attack. We certainly can't screaming and stealing and rioting and setting things on fire certainly has not worked in the past, and it isn't going to magically start working now. So that's probably, it's an option. It's an option. I don't know, folks. I just know that Mr. Biden, his wife, and his administration need to be put in jail for elder abuse. Shame on them. He needs to go eat ice cream, be left alone. We definitely don't want Harris to be flapping her gums. We don't need to hear anything she has to say. It's just like having Biden. We don't need Michelle Obama. I mean, we need a Republican right now. We need a hero. I'm holding up for a hero till the end of time. Is that how it goes? I don't know. And he's gotta be good, and he's gotta be strong, 'cause something, then light, faster than light. I don't know. I need a hero. All right. Anyway, did you know this was going to be a musical? Start having a little musical in my beautiful voice that I have. So, point is, let's start going to city council meetings. Let's start there. I state your name here. Promise to do better. So I, Courtney Perry, promise to do better about going to city council meetings and paying attention to who my state representative is and what is going on, what measures are going on in my own city, my own county. And like I said, talking at city council meetings, having my voice be heard, letting our state representative know what making sure that they're going to represent us. We have to start at the bottom and work our way up. Fix it from the inside out. Stop the internal bleeding. Stop the internal bleeding. All right. That is all I think I have to say. I've had to say a lot lately. I've done a lot of podcasts. I've been doing quite a few. Now, check me out on Clapper. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Twitter. Ramblings of an Insomniac. I mean, really. I'm on YouTube now, too. So just tell your friends. Be like, hey, this chick, she has no idea what she's talking about. And usually her podcasts are boring and she has a terrible voice and she just babbles incessantly. But hey, if you need to go to sleep, listen to me. I don't care if it puts you to sleep. That's all right. If you want to listen to me on the way to work, cool. Whatever the case may be. I just appreciate the fact that you are listening. And if you've told a friend and your friend is now listening, whoop, whoop, you get it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I adore you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Genuinely. I don't say that sarcastically. I don't say that to sound, I genuinely do. Hey, oh my, you're okay. Okay, guys, this is going to sound way, way worse than it is. I'm sorry you have to hear that. I promise. She's okay. She's a puppy. And she gets all, okay, all right. She gets very dramatic. Mo just growled at her because she was trying to take his ball. And then that scared her. So then she freaked out because she's a puppy and she got dramatic. I promise to those of you wondering and freaking out and being like, oh my God, that puppy. I promise you, she's totally fine. I'm holding her right now. I'm looking at her. She's absolutely okay. She gets scared at noises even. At noises, she'll do that. It freaks her out because she's a puppy. And Mo is bigger than her. And so it scares her. She's fine. She's jumping up on me right now. All is well. I don't want to end the podcast with you guys hearing my puppy crying and thinking that she died or got hurt. She's sitting here jumping up, loving on me, licking me. Mo did not bite her. He growled, and then that freaked her out because he's big. But I'm going to let him kind of growl because you need to let the other dogs correct and discipline the other dogs, the smaller dogs, so that they can learn. I don't mean attack them. I don't mean hurt them. I just mean if they kind of just, act like they're going to go, or growl at them or bark at them. That's okay. That's them correcting. It's like correcting a child that is going to touch something that's hot, or correcting a child that is going to go out into the road, or correcting a child that's hitting and shouldn't be hitting, or biting and shouldn't be biting. That's how dogs do it. Now, again, I'm not going to let my dog hurt another dog. I'm not going to let any of my dogs hurt each other. That's not okay. But she's fine. I promise. So anyway, I hope that you guys have just the best day ever. And until next time, thanks for listening to the Ramblings of an Insomniac.